Hey everyone, we are live at 5 today, live at 5. How is everyone? Tonight is a different type of training. It's not really like a training, so it's called an Ask Me Anything. And what I do is every once in a while, every bunch of weeks or every couple months, I do something called Ask Me Anything, and I make it specific on one certain topic. So tonight is Ask Me Anything about hiring for, hiring the perfect staff. That's a big one. Sometimes I relate it to sales and stuff. I see some people coming on. If you're coming on, we have a lot of new people that came from, that saw my training at the Zen Maid Summit. Jump on and say hi. Let me know where you're from. I am recording this from normally from Haverhill, Massachusetts, which is 30 minutes north of Boston. But what I am doing is we're at the beach. We're at the beach house. So I am doing the training from the beach house. So if you're new to the group, tune in, say hi, tell me where you're from. I'd love to hear from you. And if you have any questions, fire them away in the comment section so I can answer them. So tonight's topic is hiring the perfect staff for your cleaning business. So who is on here and who has questions for me? I will be quiet and I will let you type your questions so I can answer them for you. I will wait. One of the, I don't know, I guess I'll do this introduction. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Cheryl Hasher. I am an active cleaning business owner. I own a company called Made Bright Cleaning. We're 30 minutes north of Boston, and I also am a cleaning business coach. I took my own cleaning business from zero to over $650,000 in less than 4 years. A lot of people will ask me how I did it. I did it with knowing how to execute, knowing how to be consistent with my result producing activities to attract high paying clients to my company, knowing how to train your staff correctly, motivate them, creating a company culture so they always want to come to work. So easier said than done. I train people. I have this free group every single Wednesday at 5 Eastern Standard Time. And then I offer the free trainings every Wednesday, and I also offer paid group programs and private sessions. So, hey, Caitlin, Ohio, would love to know the kinds of things you include in your job ad to attract the right kind of help. Are you struggling with that? Hi, Gabriella. I'll answer you. Man, that's a good question. That is a good question. So, Caitlin, okay, so you have to think of when you're writing a sales ad, you have to think of it as, sales ad. When you're writing a hiring ad, you have to think of it as it's actually a sales pitch to attract the right people to yourself. Okay, so you want to write down the qualities you're looking for. Okay, so whether you're doing, not sure if you're doing residential or commercial, but the qualities you're looking for in a candidate. So you're obviously looking for someone who's detail oriented, who loves people, who loves, customer service, has customer service experience. That's a big part of it, as well as cleaning experience. I try and hire people that only have cleaning experience because I find that they just work better and they're easier to train. So things like that you want to put in there. But what I would do, Caitlin, is start by writing down exactly what you're looking for in a client. Then you write the exact details of the job, whether it's full-time, whether it's part-time, how many hours, in between which time frame, like is it 8:30 to 3:30, is it 9 to 5, 9 to 6, whatever it is. So the more details you can, present to them, the more you'll attract the right person. You don't just want to do a broad broadcast or whatever. You want to make it so there's people talking to me and I gotta turn this off. You want to make it so you're attracting the 100% the right types of people. If you have any more questions about me, just shoot me a message as well. Gabriella, how do you feel about men working in the field? I don't hire men working in the field in residential. I've hired men. We have a commercial division, so I've hired people in the commercial division before. That's not a problem. First of all, and nobody get mad at me, I think that women have a better grasp on the details needed to do residential, number one. Number two, I don't want to put men in with my female cleaners because I don't want problems. I don't want sexual harassment. I don't want weird stuff going on or anything like that. So I don't hire them. I have had men that have applied and I just turn them down. I don't tell them that I'm turning them down for that reason. But I just say, position's been filled or whatever. So I don't think it's a good idea. Number one. Number two, I don't know if men have the same detail, honestly, as women do when it comes to cleaning. Think about your boyfriend or your husband in your house. What are they like? If you're getting someone that's cleaning, God bless you, but it's very rare. They just don't have that kind of detail. Hi, Sam. Northern Vermont. Don't put the leaves on there yet. I'm not ready. It's still summer. I'm still in margarita land. I'm not in hot cider land yet. Hi, Haley. How do you say your name? Halia. Listening from Canada. Hello. Belinda from Nashville. Nashville. I love Nashville. It's my favorite town. All right. So you would like to know, is it better to pay employees per hour or percentage of each clean? Okay, here's the deal with that. If you break it down, it basically comes out to the same exact thing. So we pay hourly, so we pay W-2, whatever, every hour, wage worker. And we looked at it, I'm like, okay, do we pay per performance, which is what it's called? It comes out to basically the same amount, so it really doesn't matter. The only thing with pay per performance is if they make a mistake, they have to go back and you don't pay them. So chances are you're gonna get someone, or you should have someone that's doing a solo clean. Most of the time they pay per performance or solo cleans. So you need to have someone that's really, really good for one, to do that. So let's see, per hour. So it really kind of depends. If you can give me an example, Belinda, are you paying people per hour or are you doing percentage? We're at 50 minimum wage in Massachusetts is $15 an hour. You guys probably aren't too far behind. I also tend to think that when you pay percentage, people get confused on the pay. But honestly, it comes out to almost the exact same thing. Okay, so also, is it better to hire them as contractors where they have to do a 1099 or W-2? Okay, there's the other question. So here's the deal with that. Most of us owning residential cleaning companies should have people on W-2. Why? Because you're giving them a schedule, you own the equipment. Those are the two big things, and it can get you in trouble on a larger scale. If you're a smaller company, the government's probably not going to bother you. But the rule is if you give them a schedule, if they have to report to an office or to the jobs between this hour and this hour, that is a W-2 employee. If you're covering their insurance, okay, if you have general liability insurance, that is a W-2 employee. If you have all the equipment and they're using your equipment, that's a W-2 employee. If it's flipped and you say, here, go do these 3 houses, schedule them any way you want, if they hold their own insurance and if they have their own equipment, that is a contractor. Okay, so think of it like this. You're building a house and you have the general contractor, which is you, and then you have the electrician and the plumber, and you hire them to go do the wiring and go do the plumbing. They're doing it on their own time, on their own schedule, and they're bringing their own equipment. That is a contractor, okay? We, as residential people, really don't have contractors. If you had a commercial business and you said, hey, I need these jobs done at this time, and they go do it at 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, or whatever. But if you're making them punch in and out of a clock, that's a W-2 all day long. I hope that helps. Do I do benefits or rewards? I do. I do a lot of stuff. I do a ton of stuff for company culture. I do everything from parties to birthday presents, to competitions, to tech competition, whoever filled out the best like tech stuff, you know, like the CRM, like the Jobber stuff or whatever, or if you're using ZenMaid, same thing. So we do things like that. We have a bonus structure in place to motivate people to come to work on time, don't have same day call-ins. We do things like that. I don't have a problem getting people coming to work anymore, I can tell you that. So I teach a lot of my clients that stuff, so I can definitely tell you about that in more detail if you're interested. Sam, stop talking about the leaves changing colors. I don't want to hear it. I'm still in summer mode. Haley. Oh, all right, cool. Haley. I wasn't sure if it was Haley or Halea, so when I typed you a message, I think I might have said, did I say hi there? I don't know, because I was like, how do I say this? Okay, Gabriella. How much more do you pay for having W-2 employees, or what's the different process? I am not 100% sure what you mean. How much more do I pay for having W-2 employees? We start everyone at training pay, which is minimum wage over here, which is $15 an hour in the state of Massachusetts. And then we boost them up to $15.50 when they're an entry-level cleaner. Everyone in my company starts as entry-level. I don't hire any outside management. I don't do anything like that. If they have 20 years experience, I don't pay them what. They all start at the same, because you can't favor people. You have to have people start at the bottom, work their way to the top, understand the whole process between, you know, graduating from just a cleaning tech to going to a team lead to a trainer or whatnot. So I don't, you know, do anything different. So I don't know what. I'll wait to hear from you to see what's the difference in the process. How much more do you pay? Are you saying in between 1099 and W-2 people? Is that what you're saying? In taxes. Okay. So taxes, it all depends on your state. So we're Massachusetts up here, so we pay one of the highest rates in taxes. We have something called family medical leave that we have to pay for. You know, we have the normal stuff like Social Security, FDA, all that stuff. So a percentage, it's really not as much as you think. That's what everyone's worried about. Everyone's worried about 1099 and stuff. But the bottom line is if you're paying someone 1099 and they go make 40 grand with you, then they have to. You're not setting them up right, because they really can't deduct anything. Like, it's interesting. I don't think those people understand, unless they're truly a subcontractor. Do you have 1099s, Gabriella? Victoria, Massachusetts. Victoria, you know. And it's totally Massachusetts, totally. But you got to do it, and it's, you know, we've been doing it, you know, for a number of years now. There's a ton of businesses in Massachusetts that are paying, you know, they're doing it the right way, and they're making money, you know what I mean? Honestly, paying the taxes to having W-2 employees. Toddler jumping on. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I don't know if I understand what you're saying. You have to do W-2. So I don't know what Vermont's got to be similar to Massachusetts, Gabriella, but only because I don't understand the difference in the process. I've been told you pay a lot more for employees. So you do pay. So you have to pay taxes, right? How do I say this? So when I first started, I had a 1099 because I was afraid of paying taxes. But you're actually breaking the law if you're hiring them, if they're punching in and out, if you're giving them a schedule, if you're letting them use your equipment. That is not a 1099. That is an employee, so you have to pay taxes. Gabriella, what I would do is, do you have an accountant? If you have an accountant, call them and ask them their professional opinion in your state, because your state's going to be different than mine. I don't know. I wish I could say that I could tell you what the tax rates were in all 50 states, but I do not know. So I would probably do that, Gabriella. Suzanne. Hi, Suzanne. When it comes to training, what's the best way? Have an existing cleaner train them, pay for an online course, or do it yourself, which you hate. Okay, so you're always the first person that's the original trainer. I was the original trainer until I created a training position. I made one of my team leads a team trainer. So I came up with my own way. I've never done anything online. I've done everything myself. And I'm not saying the online things are bad. They're not. There's a whole bunch of them out there. I like to create things. I like to create things myself. I do it all myself. So what I did is I created a way to train my trainers, okay? And then I trained them to be like mini me's, to have those eyes, to be great at quality control. I have documents and stuff that I give them, and I work with my team trainer, she's not only the team trainer, she's my quality control. Nothing gets by her. She's amazing. So I trained her to be the trainer, and then what I did is I have a bunch of team leads. I trained her to train my other team leads to be trainers, so I don't just have one trainer, because if someone's burnt out and someone's been training a lot, you got to give them a break. Give it to another trainer. I have 3 trainers. Actually, that's not true. I have 4. I have 4 trainers right now. I have a commercial trainer and I have 3 residential trainers. They're all team leads. So I hope that this is going down here. I hope that helps, Suzanne. But you will have to create a training system to train a trainer, and then make one of your team leads, if you have them, make them a trainer. They need to really have a special, you can't just take one of your cleaners and be like, okay, go train someone. You have to really have a process. So I hope that helps. Is it worth paying the taxes on the having employees because you have total control? Like over their supplies. Yeah, you have to. So by what you're doing, Sam, I know your schedule. You have your clients all scheduled and you have the equipment. You are by default already a W-2. You really can't, you could do it for a little while, but if you get caught, you're going to get fined by the state. You can get in trouble with it. So there's really no choice, right? You kind of have to. You have to pay the taxes. I know everyone wants to pay as little as they want, but it's just not the way. That's not the way it is. If you want to grow, and if you want to sell this company in the future, you have to be on W-2. Tax is only about 15-20% more. Just Claire's client. Thank you. Why do we always talk about raising our rates? Sam, this is exactly why. You can't charge. Now you know, Sam, you can't charge $35 an hour and pay the taxes. You can't do it. So your prices have to be higher. Yep. Belinda, when is it time to hire? What comes first? Chicken or the egg, right? New employees or new clients. Guess what? They happen at the same time. Because you have to. Because when you get an influx of clients, you need to hire to service the accounts, right? And then when you have there'll be a time where you'll have too many employees, then you need to go out and get clients. So you're going to be constantly doing both of these at the same time. You have to get good, unfortunately, at both of these at the same time, because they're constantly going to be revolving. Like right now is a little bit slow. July and August are a little bit slow for the most part for mostly everyone around the country, because school and stuff, kids are still out of school. But in a couple of weeks, September takes off like a rocket ship, and it's going to get crazy busy. But so you have to be doing it, all at the same time. So when a new employee starts, we need to already have a full schedule in place for them. Not necessarily, okay, if you don't, what you do is you disclose that in the interview and you say, I have so many hours to give you, but if this is a job that you really like, I can go out and build a bigger schedule. Are you okay with me starting you out with 20 hours, 25 hours a week? Most people will say yes. If someone really needs 35 hours right from the get-go, then probably not, but that's something you can say. And you can also kind of phrase it like, I want to make sure this job is a good fit for you before I go out and build your schedule and get more clients, which is true. So that's how you would say that, Belinda. Yeah, definitely. It's better to hire W-2. Yep. Yeah, kind of have to. I mean, you can pay people cash for a little while, but if you get caught, you get fined, right? Number one. Number two, you can't pay people cash if you want to sell your business one day, if you want to scale your business, if you want to get loans, if you want to get lines of credit, paying people is under the table is out of the question. All right, that's one reason. Number two is your taxes. You can't write off your payroll. Your payroll is your highest, your highest write-off, right? Whether it be at 40% or 50%. If you're doing 300,000 and your payroll is at 50%, you have 150,000. You can't write off if you're paying people under the table. So then it looks like it's coming from your income. So that's a problem. Olivia Burnson, it's hard to find. Hi, Olivia. Olivia, we got work to do. We need to get some clients for you, which we're going to do. Olivia's in my group program. She's doing great. She started a few weeks back, and she is a veteran. So hands up, props up for her. She's a toughie. She's a toughie down there in Pensacola, Florida. So it's hard to find online training course because those I've looked at uses. What is 15273726? What is that? Kinds of okay. This must be an organic question. Kinds of products, chemicals for anything and everything, and we use green products. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, they probably don't use green products. Green cleaning training courses all use vinegar, baking soda, right? Which we don't like. Yeah, I gotta be honest with you, right? I tried vinegar at one point. I was stunk like I was cooking a boiled dinner. Like I was like, I don't like this. I mean, they're good. They can be good for certain things. I'm not gonna knock it all. But Sam Suds, that's an organic one. It is messy. Baking soda is messy. It's totally messy. And if it's messy, it's going to take you more time to clean, which means more labor, which the whole goal is to keep your labor as low as humanly possible. That is how you make money. Keep your overhead low. Plus you can't use vinegar on everything. This is very true. Yep. No, this is very true. I don't think you can use vinegar on wood, right? So you can't use that to dust or anything. Anyone else have anything? See if I answered everyone. I'm looking, Caitlin. What else we have? Suzanne Kelly. Hiring for values instead of experience. Yep. What questions do you ask to see if they have the same values as you? This is a good question. If they have the same values. So I kind of put them through a little test from the beginning. So I do Zoom interviews as my first interview. I like that better. Because the goal is to weed them out. So I see if they answer me right away. I see if I can, feel their energy through the text message. Sometimes when people use like exclamation points and things, you can tell they have a happy personality and stuff like that. So I do that. Suzanne, tell me what kind of values you're looking for. Tell me what you mean, and I can probably answer that a little bit better. Questions has to do if they have the same values as you. So your values, you're gonna be integrity. You're gonna want them to be honest, to show up on time, to not lie about calling out, stuff like that, right? So you could just tell them what your expectations are. That's what I usually do in the interview. I would say, we frown on same day call outs. Usually people that call out on the same day, after a few times, we usually end up letting them go. I'm very direct in my interviews, things like that. Great work ethic, honest, obviously honest, right? So here's how I phrase the honesty thing. So when I'm in an interview, I say, and you guys will totally get what I mean when I say this. So I say, where we don't like liars. I come out and say it. We don't like liars. If you're tired and you need a day off, just be honest with me and tell me you need a day off. Because here's what happens when someone lies and goes into a big song and dance, like I'm in the emergency room, I can't come into work, all that bullshit that we've heard, right? So I say, if you lie to me and I can't trust you, I can't put you in houses with valuables, because it's going to show that you're not an honest person. So that's how I kind of say that. And then I say, does that make sense to you? And so they know that we frown upon it. So anyone that's going to call in last minute with some bullshit excuse is going to, and I tell them right away, we're usually not the right fit. The schedule's made ahead of time, so the clients already know when we're coming. So there's no room for calling in last minute because you're hungover. Just had one the other day. We have a girl that's sort of new with us, and she gave some excuse on a Monday that something was wrong with her car. All this crap, right? We're like, yeah, okay. Now she lives like 10 minutes away from us. 15 minutes out, she calls, and Jim, my partner, Jay, who's my husband, we run it together. He goes, all right, that's no problem. We'll send an Uber. We'll send an Uber to get you. He's like, we have, so many houses on the schedule today. We really need you today. So if you're not sick, we're going to send you an Uber. And wouldn't you know that 5 minutes later, her car miraculously started. And she was on her way to work. Of course, it took her a half an hour to get to work, but she only lives 10 minutes away, which means I knew I'm pretty sure she was fibbing. So we will do things like that. We don't mess around. We're like, oh, all right, no car problem, no problem. We need you. We're going to send an Uber. Because we have an Uber business account. So just in case. Okay. Belinda, are solo teams better or teams of two? We clean really big houses in Nashville. So I have family in Nashville. I was a songwriter. I spent a lot of time in Nashville. I know exactly how big those houses are in Nashville. Especially if you're cleaning any like music people or whatever. They have like massive houses. So I don't believe you can send one person into those houses. I think it's too hard. So they would have to do like one house. If you sent them into a 7,500 square foot house, they only can do one house a day. But there's something like if you have a solo person and you give them two smaller houses, they will be able to do that with ease. But if you send them into a bigger house, it's going to take the same amount of time. They, for some reason, get exhausted because it's just mentally an overwhelming house. So if there's 6 bathrooms or, like 7 bedrooms, whatever the thing is, game room, theater room, the whole 9 yards, the smaller houses you can have solo. We have a mix of solo and teams. We do both. We do teams of 1 and teams of 2. Teams of one make the most money, I think. I mean, teams of 2 are pretty good. Anything beyond teams of 2, and you're gonna have a labor bleed. So you'd want to just avoid that like the plague at all points. So that's my take. But I love the houses in Nashville, Belinda. I miss it. I need to go there. Suzanne Kelly, people will say anything in an interview. Oh yeah, they bullshit you to death. I think I am cursed. Every time I hire, their lives fall apart. All right, maybe, could it be, and I'm not going to say anything, I don't know you from the hole in the wall, but could it be that maybe you didn't pick up on something in the interview? Maybe not. Sometimes people will fool you, and they give you a song and dance, and then the first month, if they're full of shit or not. Their lives fall apart. Yeah, I mean, I don't hire anyone that doesn't have a license, okay, for one, because usually there's a problem. Either they lost it or whatever. I'll come to Nashville. Where do you live in Nashville? Oh, no, you don't have to tell me that. Don't put your address. But what area do you live in Nashville? My aunt passed a couple years ago, but she was on General George Patton Road. She had a condo down there. So she was like 10 minutes from downtown Nashville where everything happens. I used to do writers' nights at the Commodore. You probably know the Commodore, right? Yeah. It was fun. That was a fun time in my life. But dude, now I know I have a place to stay in Nashville. Awesome. Yeah, my cousin lives down in Brentwood. My cousin's in Brentwood. She has a condo in Brentwood, which isn't too far from you. 25 minutes from town. Yep, the Commodore. Yeah, that's a famous place for like writers' nights. Sunday nights, we'd get up there and do our originals and stuff. I used to write with another guy from Oklahoma. That was fun. That was a fun time. All right, what else? We got a couple more minutes. Yeah, like 5 minutes. And then, believe it or not, I have to run to an estimate. I'm still inactive. I'm still very active in my cleaning business, so I have a pulse on what's going on. Okay, Suzanne, legally you can only ask so much. Well, true. Kids are such a bummer. Lots of call-ins when they have kids. It's true. So here's, okay, let me give you an example. You ask this when you're in an interview. They have kids. They usually tell you they have kids anyways. Ask them if they have coverage when the kids are sick. See if you can probe a little bit. If you're like, do you have any coverage? You know, me too. Me too. What do you mean, me too to what? Tell me what you mean, me too to Gabriella. Me and Gabriella met the other day. She's cool. I like Gabriella. Suzanne, lots of, yeah, so that's what I say. I say, do you have coverage for when they're sick? Is there like a grandmother and aunt that can watch them? Because I know exactly what that means. But on the upside, women that have kids are usually better cleaners. So if you measure the young girls that don't have kids, they're usually not that good at cleaners. The women that have kids, we have a woman right now that's 5 kids. They're all like teenagers. She is unbelievable cleaner, unbelievable. Already promoted her to a team trainer, and she's going to be soloing, and a team leader, and she's going to be soloing, and eventually she's going to be one of my trainers. She's amazing. 5 kids. But her husband's home. Her husband works from home, and he can watch the kids if they're sick. So we asked that question in the interview. A walkthrough. Me too. Oh, you're going to a walkthrough. Oh, cool. Well, let's fingers crossed that we both get our walkthroughs. Belinda, how many square feet can a team clean in an hour on average? You know, it's all different. It depends. I have one girl she's a speed cleaner. She's my fastest. So I don't usually do it by square feet. Mine are usually by like, okay, let me just think now. I'm gonna use like a solo person. So 1,200 square foot home, 3 bedrooms, 1 bath, 1 person. This one girl I'm thinking of can probably do that in an hour and a half. Sam, she's my fastest cleaner. Someone else maybe do it in an hour and 45 minutes. So if you have 2 people, they can bang that house out in an hour. If you have 1 person and they can bang it out in 2 hours, it's the same. You're paying the same amount of labor. But you will notice that if you send a solo cleaner out to do the same house that a team of 2 has done, that solo cleaner will get it done quicker than 2 hours. Why? Because she's not talking to anyone. So that happens. Some people can't handle cleaner by themselves though. The biggest complaint is if you send them out 5 days a week to clean by themselves, they get lonely. So that's why we mix it up. And it's good for company culture too. Do you pay them more if they are thorough and fast? I do not. I don't pay per performance. I pay hourly. So if they're fast, number one, I want them to be thorough. They're usually trained to be thorough and pretty decently fast. I want them fast, but I don't want them too fast. Because if they're too fast, they can make mistakes. So there's like a sweet spot. But I don't pay them more. So we have a bonus structure in place that they have to get a limited number of complaints, no same-day call-ins, show up on time to work, and they get a bonus. But you'd be surprised that some people are 10 minutes late for work, and it blows their bonus for the whole week. So no, I don't pay extra. Do you ask them in an interview if they would prefer to be on a team or solo? No. So here's what I do. I say everyone starts on a team. So I train everyone on a team first. I don't let my people go out and be solo until they're a team leader, because you have to like master all the skills necessary to be a team leader, to have the customer service, to know to collect the check, to know to leave the checklist with the client. We have checklists we leave. They have to be trained to a certain point. So I do say there is opportunities in the future once you've gone through the process or up the ladder to solo clean. Is that something you're interested in? Okay. Weekly bonus, you can do it any way you really want. You could do like an extra 50. We do it by hour, so our bonuses range in between $1.50 and $2.50 an hour if they hit the certain parameters and if they work full time. Part-time people are not eligible for bonuses, so they got to be full time. They got to be 28 hours right? Not 35, but they got to be 28. Any less than that, then I don't qualify for it. You can do it any way you want, Suzanne. It's your business. You can do like a tech bonus. You could do the least amount of complaints. You could do the fastest cleaner. Like, you could make it up to keep it interesting for them. And that's the fun. That's the beauty of it, because you keeps work interesting. People quit when there's poor management, when they hate their team members, and it's boring. That's why they quit. And so, I mean, sometimes you'll get people that'll say the work is too hard, but if you're hiring the right people, if you're hiring people with experience, they all already know it's physical. So I hope that helps. What was I gonna say? I don't know what I was gonna say. Does anyone else have any more questions before I go? I have to get to my estimate by 6:15. And close another deal, isn't that right, ladies? Aren't we all about closing deals? We're all about closing deals, get more accounts. If anyone has any other questions, and you don't do, if you're watching this on replay, still write your questions down, because I still answer them afterwards. And if you have any other things, ladies, message me privately. You're welcome, Suzanne. It was nice. These questions were awesome tonight. These questions were awesome. I hope it was valuable, Belinda, my Nashville friend. I hope it was valuable. And tell me all about your businesses. I know, like, there's a lot of people that are new. You came in from watching the Zen Maid Summit. I go live every single Wednesday, 5 p.m. You're welcome, Gabriella. 5 p.m. every Wednesday, different topic related to the cleaning industry. And then I do private sessions. I do a group program. My girls are killing it, right? My ladies are killing it. Killing it. We have one girl, Sam. She's on a $450 increase in revenue in 3 months being in the program. Yeah, she went from $3,000 a month, because she just started her business, to over 12K a month projected in August. It's insane. Aramis, I don't think she's on. She went from 3K. She's gonna hit over 10K. Same thing in 3 months. Sam hired people. She's almost out of the field. Aramis hired a couple of people. She's still half in the field training and stuff, but that's okay. She's on her way. Super exciting to see. Makes me so happy. So if any of you are interested in getting that type of help, that's on a different level than the free stuff. I do private, I do group, and if you have any questions at all, anyone that's in the program is always more than willing to talk to you and tell you how awesome and fun and motivating it is to help everyone scale their businesses and get the hell out of the field and put the mop down. Everyone wants to put the mop down. At some point, you got to put that mop down and just run the business. It can be done, because I did it, and these awesome ladies are doing it. So I hope you all have a wonderful evening. I'm going to put my work made right shirt on and go to my estimate. All right, you guys take care. Have a great rest of the week and weekend. All right, bye-bye.